Hello, everybody, and welcome to the WildWeiler Weekly Wrap. As always, I am WildWeiler. Winter is ending as March approaches, which is good because I'm looking forward to sort of getting out and seeing the outside world and exploring nature. Soon, all the lovely spring flowers will be blooming, and I'll have to grab my camera and capture their beauty. Unfortunately, none of that has actually happened yet because the flowers are still underground and it's still kind of wet and gross outside, so I've been inside all week, but that doesn't mean I didn't do anything. First and foremost, I watched Dune, the new one, and I really liked it. I think Denis Villeneuve is really good at making films. I think he's a masterful filmmaker. Dune is an absolutely beautifully and wonderfully and perfectly crafted spectacular that does all the things I love about great films, and especially chunky sort of science fiction epic space opera nonsense, which is to say it doesn't explain anything. Okay? It doesn't waste our time. It knows that things are important, people are important, and I love it. I love it. Like, they have these shields in Dune that sort of vibrate and, like, protect you and your vehicles and your ships and stuff. Well, they don't explain how that works in the way that, like, Star Trek or Star Wars or anything would. They just, like, it just happens. And the fact that it happens isn't important. It's just, like, a table. You don't explain a table in every movie. And it's brilliant because it allows the story to focus on the people, because the things that they spend their energy explaining are important to people. Like how, some people are psychic in that setting and stuff like that. Like, those are the things that are important because people can be psychic, so we need to explain that so you understand why this person maybe is acting the way they are. And we're not wasting our energy explaining how shields work because it's a sci-fi movie. And it doesn't matter, because the shields are a MacGuffin. Well, they're not technically a MacGuffin, because MacGuffins are plot-related. I've digressed. Anyways, I think this purposeful under-explanation is what makes Dune such an amazing movie. As I've said, it allows you to just focus in on the human element. And Dune is fundamentally a story about humans, and it's great. It's amazing. It's wonderful. It's only on Netflix for like 3 more days, so you should go watch it because it's well worth your time. There is a small problem for me, though, when it comes to rating Dune. And that's because I saw the 1984 David Lynch film, and I knew the plot going into this. And honestly, that means that some of the twists and turns don't hit as hard as they did because David Lynch ruined them, because the David Lynch film is bad, dare I say. But because of this, unlike the other film that I love by director, producer, writer, Denis Villeneuve, which is Blade Runner 2049, that movie is fantastic. But since I didn't know what was happening, because it's a continuation of the first movie, but also slightly adapted from Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, but not really, because I've read that. It was cool, and all the punches hit really hard. Well, because I knew how Dune went, the punches didn't hit hard. So, I will be the first to admit this. Dune deserves more than this score, but my heart gives Dune a 7 out of 10. It's great. It's wonderful. I highly and absolutely recommend that you see it. It's on Netflix for the next 3 days. It is February 26th, 2024 right now, and you can log into Netflix and watch it before Dune Part 2 comes out. Also this week, I have been getting back into Project Zomboid. I am playing in Season 3 of Xochi's RP server. The events of the server so far are a group of passengers on a bus get broken down in a rural town somewhere in Kentucky. The town is called Ekron. After sheltering from an unexpected blizzard, they're all strongly, in that like small town kind of creepy way, invited to a sermon. And the sermon is weird, and the priest is, like, taken over by some sort of demon or extra-dimensional entity that turns basically everybody into zombies unless Project Zomboid kind of kicks off. So the survivors, myself included, run around town and try to, like, make it safe, and we find some clues, and it's been really fun. I participated in an event where we cleared out a like apocalypse bunker. It was really cool because I was the like first person through the door, if you will, and everybody was like, "Oh, stay back!" And I'm just running in like, ah. Somebody died, and it wasn't me in that raid, and it was touching. It's a really fun RP server. There's a lot of people taking it very seriously. I am so glad to have found a community that that likes this game and is playing it. It's very international too, so there's people on all the time, which is also kind of nice. But yeah, I've been really, really, really enjoying it, and I look forward to engaging with this Project Zomboid roleplay server more. This week I also did a lot of painting on my Warhammer 40k Orc Commandos kill team. They're not quite ready yet. I have to do all the details, and not like the small details. I mean, like all of them have like one dab of red on them, so I've been saving that to do like all the red and all the yellow and all the like little tiny like, oh, there's a little thing that needs to be done, but it's not worth having red queued up on my wet palette this whole time. So that'll get done soon. I'll be playing my first game of Kill Team this week, and I am so excited. While I don't have any plans to do full battle reports here on the channel, I am going to do what I call after action reports, which is like a sort of narrative debrief exposition of what happened in the game. So please look forward to that. We're going to try it out. We're going to see how it goes. When I paint my Warhammer minis, I like to watch Dimension 20 on dropout.tv. And the current season of Fantasy High is really fun. It has a really cool mechanic that I want to talk about. So downtime in D&D is really hard because the options in the book aren't very good, and it's unclear like what you should be doing and how things should be going, and some of the ways it shakes out feels really, really, really unfair. Not unfair, unbalanced is perhaps the best way to put it. Like, for some reason, like, pit fighting is the best downtime activity if you just need money, which is weird. That getting your teeth knocked out of your head in a setting where, like, everybody's magic powered is the best way to earn money. I would think that, like, underground wizard fights would be the best way to earn money or something, but that's not the point. In Dimension 20, they've sort of added this downtime mechanic where every character has a list of goals that they want to sort of push forward. And these goals are on tracks. And during the downtime activity, you can roll on as many of these tracks as you want to. The first roll is a check of 5, and then 10, and then 15, and so on and so forth. So in a downtime, if you want to roll 5 times, you can do it. Your just higher one is up there at DC 25, and you're probably not going to make that roll. But the thing is you can also take a stress token. Stress tokens apply disadvantage for like an entire skill for a really long time, so they're actually pretty bad and not good to take, but sometimes you need to pass your goal because you've flubbed a roll. It's a really cool mechanic that I'm probably going to either steal and adapt or convince a DM that's running a game that I'm in to steal and adapt because, like, it's great. I absolutely love it, and I really don't like adding mechanics onto D&D. I do find it really annoying when people, like, play D&D and they're like, oh, but I have to add all this homebrew stuff to make it work. Well, then just play Mouse Ritter, frankly. Because Mouse Ritter doesn't need you to homebrew anything. It's just perfect. But that's enough about Mouse Ritter. That does it for this week. My Resident Evil 3 Let's Play is all wrapped up over on YouTube, so you can watch the whole thing if you've been waiting for that. Warhammer Wednesday, though, is still going strong, and there will be more Warhammer 40k Space Marine on the way. As always, thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.